Good morning, comic book fans. Welcome to Comics in 5 Minutes. I'm your ever-loving host, Shorty, and I've just realised I should not run my gloved hand through my hair. It's got lots of static and is now very poofy. Literally found that out as this thing was loading. Anyway, since I'm here and talking about my hair, I might as well review a comic book, eh? This is Grendel, Kentucky. And anybody watching this who's in America, as an example, just in case there is Americans out there who watch this, you're probably thinking, why on earth is Shorty reviewing this now? This came out in September. Yes, it did, for you. We've literally got issue 1 today, and it's not on sale until tomorrow, but I've been waiting for this this long. I'm taking mine home tonight because I've really been looking forward to it. So today's review isn't so much about, is Grendel, Kentucky a good comic book? It's, is Grendel, Kentucky a comic book that's worth Shorty waiting 4 or 5 months for? Well, yes. I mean, I could bury the lead, I could keep you guessing, I could basically talk you through various reasons why it might be, why it might not be, but I'd rather just get right up front here and just say it absolutely is worth the wait. And you're probably thinking, but Schulte, this isn't a Western. No, it's about a biker gang. And I think you can see where that's going, can't you? Yeah, it's kind of hard to have a bunch of outlaws riding across the land in groups and not think, well, this is a gang of cowboys. It's a fairly standard trope that's run throughout an awful lot of biker kind of stuff. They do think of themselves as outlaws rather than anything else. And hell, if you watch Sons of Anarchy, you know how much Western feel that's got to it. And this, again, it's usually a Deep South kind of thing. And yes, it's Mr. Dixon line, so it counts. And it's also in coal mining country, which makes me think of Justified, with a bit of we going in there as well, which also makes me think of Justified, which is also clearly a cowboy show. So yeah, it probably doesn't take much for me to get my brain around where I'm going on this one. Yes, very much it's a Western story going on here, plenty to like about it. But that is actually only a tiny reason why I like it. That's definitely not why I was picking this one up. Never even occurred to me that that'd be a good reason for me to pick it up. Mainly, I like the idea it's a retelling of Grendel. Well, not of Grendel, sorry, of whatever the story Grendel's in. I'm totally blanking on this now, and I'm in the middle of doing a review, and how embarrassing is it? I can't remember. Beowulf, there we go, Beowulf. Before I even got to be in there, he told me what it is. Now, Beowulf is an interesting story. It's been retold repeatedly in a variety of genres with different aspects to it. Most recently, Once and Future by Kieran Gillis did a very good job with it. The thing is, I've never read Beowulf. I only have second and third hand accounts of it, so I don't really have a core knowledge to base my experience on. What I do is compare it to other versions of Beowulf. Outlander is a pretty good example. Not the Scottish TV series, the sci-fi horror, where it goes like in a completely different direction than what I expected, but still kind of works that way. Hell, Marvel Comics have put one in at the moment. So how does this compare to it? Well, if anything, it's a little bit more, from reading the information back written by the creators, it's a bit more on the nose. It's a bit more like, let's go for like a more of a classic retelling of it, where Beowulf isn't just a monster, isn't just a force. It actually is a personality, and it will respond to things. Quite nicely for the entire first episode of it, you basically just see a hand which may or may not be the Beowulf. Beowulf, sorry. See, now I'm getting them all mixed up. The Grendel. Now, this is going to be a very weird thing to watch. I do apologize for this one. You get to see a hand of what could be the Grendel. But before you get to that, you have this rather wonderful opening sequence, which very much reminds me of Evil Dead. At the end, when I'm reading through what the guy's saying about it, he says it's a bit of a shame they don't have sound effects. But if you've seen any of the Evil Dead films, that sequence right there is going to resonate with you because it's done very effectively. I'm not going to show anything else that's actually inside of the comic, because that's going to show you everything you need to know about it. For a start, the colour palette is way down there. There's hardly any lights in it. It is all dark greens, browns, greys, blacks. It's brilliant. I love it. And the art style is kind of scratchy and messed up, and it's not perfect, and I love that as well. Very much kind of stuff I usually look to the smaller press things to do well, where they embrace a creator and let them do what they want without worrying about it looking like Marvel in house style, and they have let Tommy Lee Edwards go to town on that one, and he's done an absolutely brilliant job. The story is absolutely fantastic as well. I mean, I'm not going to get into the story, it's Grendel, but there's changes to it. The thing I'm going to tell you more about is actually the writing of the dialogue, which is fantastic. Because again, it's that thing that I love about dialogue, which is naturalistic sounding. It's not people reading off a script for a movie or a TV show or a comic book for that matter. It feels like whoever's done it, it's Jeff McComsey. Is that right? Yes, Jeff McComsey. Whoever's actually done it has done such a good job that it feels like you're watching a conversation. throw into that the fact that the panels are framed quite often that you feel like you're right in the mix. It feels like you're a part of the conversation. Occasionally it drifts further out, but that's fine too, because occasionally it works that it should be somebody being nosy and eavesdropping onto the conversation rather than being a part of it. Both of those work brilliantly with the naturalistic dialogue. It's an entire thing all wrapped together, and it looks fantastic. The other thing I want to talk about is just the last thing. Actually, I'm running out of time, but let's face it, I always talk more when it's something I like. The character of Beowulf is a 6'3" biker, which is fine. Yeah, totally cool. Female leader of a female biker gang, and she's absolutely amazing. Like early on in the fight, she gets early in comic book, she gets a glass bottle around the head, and still just goes to town on this person who attacked her, lathering the crap out of her. It's brilliant. It's full on empowerment without ever feeling like it's trying to like go the extra mile. It doesn't feel like any kind of box ticking exercise. It feels like the characters are there because they deserve to be there. Every character in it has their place, and it makes perfect sense for them to be who they are within that world. It's not like it's going to be an easy ride for the leader of a female biker gang, and there's going to be crap she's going to get, but that's fine. If you ignore that, that's what I mean of like just box ticking to do it for the sake of it. Everything about it is going to work brilliantly, and I'm already really in love with it. And I'm just hoping that because every single issue this is out now, I'm hoping the next 3 weeks we can get 2, 3, and 4, and I get to read it all in one go because it's absolutely brilliant. If I'd have got it last year, I probably would have put it on my best of the year last year list. This could be one of the first ones for the new year. So far, the two I'll come up with, so we're into February now, 2 things I'm going to put in my best that I've read so far this year are both from AWA. Redemption, Grendel, Kentucky. Absolutely brilliant. Go and find the company, read everything you can about them. They're amazing. That's out way over time. Take it easy. Stay safe. Bye.